Hello there, everyone. It's been 2 weeks, but I'm back, and now I'm going to read Matthew chapter 8. This is the reading part, and um, I'm not going to do analyzing these chapters anymore. And the reason why I'm not going to do that is because it feels like I'm teaching you the Bible or interpreting it in my way, but I don't want to lead anyone astray from my opinion on it. I'm not a pastor, nor do I want to be. I'm not a teacher of the Bible. I have my opinion, and everyone interprets the Bible differently, but I don't want to take my interpretation for analyzing as fact because it's not. It's just what I think, and you know, everyone has different ideas of what it could be, and it's best for all of us to, hear it, and then when we come up to an interpretation, if it's different than others, then, it could be right, it could be wrong, but I don't want anyone, including myself, to hear an interpretation and think it's what the person says rather than what God actually says. So from this point forward, moving on, I'm going to just do pure reading of the gospel. And if I feel like there are some verses that I really want to analyze, then maybe I will. But for the time being, I'm just going to be doing the pure reading. So let's get started. Matthew chapter 8. A man cleansed. When he came down from the mountain, large crowds followed him. Right away, a man with leprosy came up and knelt before him, saying, "Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean." Reaching out his hand, Jesus touched him, saying, "I am willing, be made clean." Immediately his leprosy was cleansed. Then Jesus told him, "See that you don't tell anyone, but go, show yourself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded as a testimony to them." A centurion's faith. When he entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him, pleading with him, Lord, my servant is lying at home paralyzed, in terrible agony." He said to him, "Am I to come and heal him?" "Lord," the centurion replied, "I am not worthy to have you come under my roof, but just say the word and my servant will be healed. For I too am a man under authority, having soldiers under my command. I say to this one, 'Go,' and he goes, and to another, 'Come,' and he comes, and to my servant, 'Do this,' and he does it." Hearing this, Jesus was amazed, and said to those following him, "Truly I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with so great a faith. I tell you that many will come from east and west to share the banquet with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the sons of the kingdom will be thrown into the outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." Then Jesus told the centurion, "Go, as you have believed, let it be done for you." And his servant was healed that very moment. Healings at Capernaum. Jesus went into Peter's house and saw his mother-in-law lying in bed with a fever. So he touched her hand, and the fever left her. Then she got up and began to serve him. When evening came, they brought to him many who were demon-possessed. He drove out the spirits with a word and healed all who were sick, so that what was spoken through the prophet Isaiah might be fulfilled. He himself took our weaknesses and carried our diseases. The cost of following Jesus. When Jesus saw a large crowd around him, he gave the order to go to the other side of the sea. A scribe approached him and said, "Teacher, I will follow you wherever you go." Jesus told him, "Foxes have dens, and birds of the sky have nests, but the Son of Man has no place to lay his head." "Lord," another of his disciples said, "first let me go bury my father." But Jesus told him, "Follow me, and let the dead bury their own dead." Wind and wave obeyed Jesus. As he got into the boat, his disciples followed him. Suddenly, a violent storm arose on the sea, so that the boat was being swamped by the waves, but Jesus kept sleeping. So the disciples came and woke him up, saying, "Lord, save us, we're going to die." He said to them, "Why are you afraid, you of little faith?" Then he got up and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a great calm. The men were amazed and asked, What kind of man is this? Even the winds and the sea obey him." Demons driven out by Jesus. When he had come to the other side, to the region of the Gadarenes, two demon-possessed men met him as they came out of the tombs. They were so violent that no one could pass that way. Suddenly they shouted, "What do you have to do with us, Son of God? Have you come here to torment us before the time?" A long way off from them, a large herd of pigs was feeding. "If you drive us out," the demons begged him, "send us into the herd of pigs." "Go," he told them. So when they had come out, they entered the pigs, and the whole herd rushed down to the steep bank into the sea and perished in the water. Then the men who tended them fled. They went into the city and reported everything, especially what had happened to those who were demon-possessed. At that, the whole town went out to meet Jesus. When they saw him, they begged him to leave their region. So that is Matthew chapter 8 done. The next video will be Matthew chapter 9. No analyzing of Matthew chapter 8. I did have an opinion about the part of where it's from verse 10 to 13. I'll read that part real quick just so you understand what I'm talking about, where it says, chapter 8, verse 10, "Hearing this, Jesus was amazed and said to those following him, 'Truly I tell you, I have not found anyone in Israel with so great a faith. I tell you that many will come from east and west to share the banquet with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the sons of the kingdom will be thrown into the outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth.' Then Jesus told the centurion, 'Go as you have believed, let it be done for you.' And his servant was healed that very moment." So, from what I understand, just this part, I'm not trying to teach, I'm just my opinion. This part of the verse stuck out to me. This is Jesus talking, where a lot of people from the east and the west share in the banquet with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So a lot of people going to heaven, but sons of the kingdom will be thrown into the outer darkness. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So I'm guessing that's like he's talking about hell. Sons of the kingdom, I'm thinking he means the earthly kingdom, not the heavenly kingdom. But that's just what I get. Anyways, that's the end of Matthew chapter 8. I'll see you in Matthew chapter 9. Thank you for watching. I appreciate the time that you take out of your day of all the people, of all the channels to listen to mine. By all means, share your interpretation in the comments if you want. If I get the chance, I'll reply. Maybe we could start a discussion or a debate. I'm not a pastor, a professional, just your average guy sharing the gospel, reading straight out of the book. So, yeah, have a great day.